What is going on, guys? Today we have got another FUT Fantasy objective, and it is going to be for the actual player this time. We've already done Define Expectations. If you want to check that on the channel, then feel free after this one. But we have Gouiri, again, gonna butcher his name, but we have got another 87, and we will show you basically how they get the upgrades. A 4-star, 3-star, centre forward, striker, left wing. Obviously we've got all of it there, perfect. Then obviously we've got the outside of the foot, weak foot, and obviously the finesse shot there. So what have we got to do? It looks like it's squad battles, which, are you tired of using players like this? I would much rather have teams more like this. Then I recommend going over to skycoach.gg for all of your coaching and coins needs. They are cheap, fast and reliable, but at the checkout make sure you are using code JT11 for a discount on your orders. Back to the video. As I suppose they're going with now, we've obviously got the other one in any game mode, so there's no actual specific FUT Fantasy objective, or game mode in fact in friendlies. We've got to assist 5 goals in squad battles on semi-pro or rivals, whilst having at least 3 players in League 1. Not a problem. Score an assist using an attacker from League 1 in 4 separate matches. Again, squad battles or rivals, that should be relatively simple if you do have a Ben Yedder or obviously an Mbappe. Assisting and scoring with them pair will do it nice and quickly. We've got score 8 goals using players with a minimum of 4-star skills. Again, should be quite simple. And finally, win 7 squad battle matches or rivals whilst having minimum of 3 French players. This should be quite an easy one for a lot of people. I can imagine a lot of people, if you don't have icon strikers, should have a lot of Ligue 1. If we are looking at my team for that, obviously we're looking at Ligue 1 and French in there. We've obviously got a heavy French link here as well as Ligue 1. We've obviously got Hakimi, we've got Messi who's actually just come back in, Ben Yedder and Mbappe up top. France is obviously with Zidane and also Terrier. Any other options for them? I think Payet's another great shout there. In Ligue 1s that I personally have, we obviously always have the loans. We have Pepe loan. If we go any further down, we have got Diatta as an inform, another Terrier, a couple of other French options there as well. So there is a fair few you could go for if you went for the concepts. Obviously, there is other players at different ratings. Ramos is obviously a big one. We now have an Abidi Pele at obviously the Heroes variety, which is nice, and also Sanchez with his upgrade. So there should be a good spread of players that you could get this done with quite easily. If we are looking at the objectives, then what would I go for first? The assist 5 goals can be done in 1 matches. That's not a problem. Just got to have 3 League 1. Nice and easy. Score an assist in 4 separate. So that is one that I'd be looking to do straight away. Because we've only got to win 7. If you do manage to score an assist at the same time. So for instance, if Ben Yedder was to pass to Mbappe, Mbappe scores, that is that done for the first match. And you've just got to do that 4 times in 4 games. Score 8 goals using a player with a minimum of 4-star skills. Again, I feel like most of my attack and midfield have that, so that should be quite easy to get that done as we progress through. So realistically, I'd be looking at score and assist straight away. That's going to be number 1 on my list personally. Then obviously we're looking at the assists at the same time. We only need 1 more assist once this one's done, so that should come as we go really. Then obviously the 8 goals. If we've already got 4 there, we only need another 4 as well as then the 7 wins. So literally, do the creative attacker, then clear vision and pure magic should come very shortly after, and then finally the winning mood would be the next step. If obviously you do score an assist in 1 match but you don't win it, it will just take you 1 step away from the winning 7. But that one again should be nice and easy because you've got to finish your rivals if you are wanting the rewards on Thursday, so that should be a relatively nice one to go for. And that's really it for him. A very nice player that can be upgraded. If we have a look at the story, kind of the board here, it should give me, there we go. So campaign launch is the number 1, so that's his 87. If he does win 1 domestic league, so for instance for obviously the objective, it is Ligue 1 they're looking at. If they win 1 of their next 6 domestic matches, he gets an upgrade plus 1. If he does make 3 appearances, that would be a good one. If he is a starter, then obviously he gets another +1. So it's quite simple for a starter to get a +2 if they're in a semi-good form. Then for the 3rd one, okay, so he is, what is he? He's a midfielder, I'm assuming. Was he a left mid? A left mid. So he's a midfielder / attacker. If we go back to it, he needs 2 goals or assists in the next 6 games. So again, that one's a little bit more tricky depending on, like you say, if he's a centre mid, doesn't necessarily get the assists or obviously the goals. That might be a little bit of a freak one if he does manage to. If it's a defender or goalkeeper, which obviously doesn't kind of go to him, then it's just 2 clean sheets. Again, not necessarily too difficult, but again, it can be kind of really easily done, to be honest. Then finally, for the final upgrade, so this would be a +4 overall, is avoiding defeats in the next 6 games. Technically, he could do that one and not do the third one, so he'd only get a +3. There's a +4 on the card straight away. If they don't manage to, say they draw the next 6 games, but he gets 3 appearances, but doesn't get the goals, he technically gets a +2 still. It's not a progression where he needs to win the first match to then get the next one, to then get the next one. Any of them, if they're hit, can be upgraded. It is all dependent on how it works. So if they lose their first game, the avoid defeats is gone. That is no way of coming back. So that would be quite an interesting one. So he has got the ability to become a 91, which would be incredible if he did manage to do. Again, I don't personally know if he gets goals or assists. As a left mid, I'd probably be putting him on the assists more. And I think it would be not a goal and an assist. It is 2 of one or 2 of the other. So it's either 2 goals or 2 assists. It's not 1 goal, 1 assist. I believe. The way it says or, I'm assuming that's what they've kind of gone for. So it's an interesting one to, at the minimum, potentially get an 89. If they do manage to do well, a 90. And then finally, for the final upgrade, could get a 91 as an objective, which is fantastic. I feel like he's a must-do just purely for the fact that he has got the upgrade capabilities. And I could imagine at least a +1 in him. If he's a starter, I'd like to think there's a +2 at the minimum, depending on, obviously, who they're playing next. And that's going to be it for it. Let me know down below if you're going to complete him and if you are hyped for Fut Fantasy. I feel like it looks like it's a great start to this objective. Let me know down below, and we're about to do some hero reviews. Take care, subscribe, and peace.